Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the Rara Rabbit and to the first video of the new year. I know that I'm a little bit overdue on that one, and I had been meaning to make this video earlier, but as usual other things just got in the way. The start of the year wasn't great. I lost my Instagram account and then I naively trusted somebody to help me get it back, and in doing so I lost my Twitter account. So yeah, that wasn't great. I mean, Twitter I didn't care too much about, don't tend to use it. Instagram was a place where, you know, I was starting to get quite a good following, and you know, I was using that to try and help me get like illustration jobs. So that was really shitty to have lost that, especially now. I've started a new Instagram account, but it's taking a long time to get that following back. So I would really appreciate if people could check out my new Twitter and my new Instagram. I've put everything in a link tree thing in the description, so if you'd like to check me out there, I'd really appreciate that. So today I wanted to talk about lucid dreaming and dissociative identity disorder, and some of the things that I've been doing recently in relation to that. So long-time viewers of my channel will know that I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out various mental health issues that I've got. I was diagnosed as having dissociative identity disorder last year, but for many years prior to that I was aware that there were voices that I heard. I was aware that there were other sort of people with me. For a long time it was speculated that it was related to psychosis, but I didn't really I guess exhibit enough of the symptoms for that, and just the way in which my voices present themselves is very much more like alters than it would be voices that you would experience with psychosis. And it's been a very long journey, a very interesting journey, and a big part of the journey has been using lucid dreaming to try and understand these experiences better. I started quite a few years ago now, just getting lucid and trying to find my alters in the dream, and asking them questions about themselves, like what do they represent, you know, what part of me are they, what's their job, why are they here, stuff like that. And I got some pretty interesting answers. There were answers that I'd already kind of expected in some cases, and in other cases I actually learned a lot about myself, stuff that I hadn't really acknowledged or really thought a great deal about, and it really helped me to get closer to certain alters and to get better communication overall. And then a few years ago I decided to change things up a bit, and rather than seek out my voices or my alters and ask them questions, I decided that I would turn myself into them. I thought maybe that way I would get a better understanding of what they are and who they represent, as well as helping me to integrate those feelings, because for so long I always saw my alters, my voices, you know, my parts as being something external, as not being a part of me, as them being their own people, which in a way they kind of are, but ultimately we all share the same brain. We are all part of the same person. We're just compartmentalized and sort of function almost as separate people. And I thought by becoming them and by feeling what they feel, it would help me to integrate things a bit, and again to further understand why they are around. So with Darren, who's a very angry alter, very aggressive, has caused me a lot of problems over the years. You know, I always saw him as being very angry and sort of violent, and I came to realise he was kind of like an angry part of myself that I wasn't able to express or understand very well. Although that's true that he is that part of me, there's also a great deal of fear, and I suddenly realised just how fearful and scared that Darren is, and that's largely why he is so angry, as a means of protecting us. So I tried this again with Scott, who is more of I guess quite a confident person, quite laid back, really enjoys helping people. I would say that me and Scott are pretty close in terms of our personalities, and as I've grown older, it's really weird now that I actually look a lot like Scott. So yeah, Scott, I kind of feel as being the one I'm the most similar to, and I decided that I wanted to do the same with him, to sort of become him and see what life is like from his point of view. So it was Christmas Eve, and I was dreaming. I was at my school, which is quite a common dream location for me. School is a place that brings up a lot of anxiety. It wasn't a great time in my life, and I typically find myself there quite a lot in dreams. And I don't know what it was that made me lucid, but I just had that realization that I was dreaming. There was this sudden awareness, and I went about my task, and I tried to turn myself into Scott, but instead Scott appeared as a separate person. And I was a little bit annoyed because that wasn't what I wanted, but at the same time I really liked that we're in the dream space together and we could explore the dream space together. And we opted to just have fun on this dream. It was Christmas Eve after all. I didn't want to do anything too heavy, and a lot of it was just kind of running around the school. I had a megaphone, just like yelling out to everybody that we're all in a dream, and nothing's real. And so me and Scott were just kind of causing a lot of chaos. All the dream characters very confused, and it was just great to just have that freedom with a part of myself that I would consider, I guess, a best friend. Just enjoying ourselves and laughing at how ridiculous the dream is, and laughing at how ridiculous school, the theme of school, like, and how much of a hold that has on me and how much anxiety that causes me. But here we are, just running around having fun. None of it matters. At one point I think Scott did say, should we do something else, and I think he was kind of wondering if we wanted to do some more I guess intense work around my feelings and the fears that I have about school. But I said that I didn't want to do that, and instead we just went to this playground that was kind of off to the side of the building and just played on the swings. And I really appreciated that. I liked that the dream wasn't so focused on like bringing up really difficult feelings. I liked that it was just us having fun, and that in itself felt very healing and just really freeing. So that was kind of just what I wanted to say today, guys. I just wanted to tell you about that dream and that experience I had, and hopefully I will have some more dreams soon. I plan on continuing to do this work, but remember, you can always follow me on all my other social media pages if you want to kind of just stay up to date with things in general. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Max, aka the Rara Rabbit, and I'll see you in the next video.